the New Hope Family Recreation and Education Center. 5 rooms all dedicated to different ages and stages of children. Our city has a responsibility to its youth to invest in their futures and that of their parents. The New Hope Family Recreation and Education Center is our opportunity to provide necessary and beneficial activities and classes that can help to fulfill this obligation. I would like to propose several specific uses for some of the rooms in the New Family and Recreation Center for your consideration. As a professional who works with children and adolescents as well as members of this community, I feel it is also my obligation to work at providing these services to the members of our community who so desperately need our support and guidance. From infants all the way up to teens, these young people are the most vulnerable and impressionable citizens in our community. They look to adults to assist in their development in many ways. Many of them, unfortunately, do not have people in their lives that are capable or able to provide the guidance or the resources needed to foster their development in order to assist them in growing to the next stage of development. We can help. This is my proposal for plans in 5 of these rooms. Room 1, the infant room. In the infant room for ages 0 to 3 years old, the first activity provided will be interactive play for caregivers and their children. This play will consist of adults encouraging infants up to 6 months old to reach out for noisy objects held 4 to 6 inches away from the baby's face. Rattling on one side of the head and then the other will encourage children to turn their heads to pay attention, and for the older infants to reach out for the objects. Infant growth and development is paramount during the first 3 years of a child's life. This activity will stimulate physical and psychological development. Older babies will also learn how to transfer items from one hand to the other, as well as interact with adults and other babies. For the second activity, we will be offering a class in baby sign language. Baby sign language increases cognitive skills in infants by teaching them signs to identify basic things that they interact with on a daily basis, such as milk, more, food, etc. By utilizing the increased period of cognitive development, especially where languages are concerned, this skill can also help to reduce frustration at not being able to communicate effectively. In order to effectively carry out these activities for the infant room, purchases will be needed for rattles and other objects that make baby-friendly noises. These can be found in abundance at Fisher-Price. To learn the basics of signing at any age, there must be some instructional guides. In this case, it comes in the form of booklets provided to the caregivers. These sign language aids are important for these activities to be a success. Room number 2, the toddler room. Pretend play is one of the most useful tools in working with toddlers. The first activity with a group of 1 to 3 year olds will be to mimic adult activities such as cooking and cleaning. Psychosocial development and physical development go hand in hand in this first activity. Playdates and interactive toys help to develop empathy, language, friendship, and how to resolve conflicts. Toddlers love to learn from adults by mimicking their actions and behaviors. The second activity for this room will be a craft friendship scrapbook, with the help of and other projects like that. With the help of the adult, the child will pick out pictures of his favorite toys, friends, etc. Each photo is placed on an individual sheet of construction paper where the child will be asked to give identifying words that can be drawn or find pictures of. This activity will help the toddler to make visual connections with items from their world, thus increasing cognitive awareness. In this activity, friends can also be easily identified and included in the project. Interactive toys such as blocks, puzzles, crayons, toy kitchen, brooms, etc. are required for these activities. Craft supplies can be purchased locally or by going on the internet. The items such as play kitchens and brooms with dustpans can also be found on the internet as well. The third room, early childhood room. Ages 3 to 6 are very high energy children. They require a lot of physical activity to keep their attention focused. Frisbee, soccer, and beanbag toss are 3 of the initial activities suggested. Physical development is very important at this age, as well as structure and the ability to mimic adults and other children. Manual dexterity will be key, as well as large muscle movement and motor skills. This is also the time period where children are most likely to make friends the easiest, and team activities encourage this behavior. This next activity will involve story time, but it will be acted out by the children using dress-up and make-believe. Costumes and other accessories will be provided, as well as a chance to construct sets. The second activity encourages social interaction as well as cognitive development. While children learn to stretch their imaginations, they will also learn great social skills such as sharing, fairness, kindness, and courtesy. For the first activity, we will look for outdoor type equipment that can also double as indoor sporting equipment. Nerf makes a whole line of products that do just that. They are tough enough to withstand outdoor play, but flexible enough to be also safe indoors. The second activity will be a bit more involved to get started with because of the initial purchasing of costume materials as well as cardboard refrigerator type boxes. However, as the children begin to attend this group on a regular basis, The supplies will start pouring in as parents will be glad to donate old clothing and such that they have at home. Room 4. Middle to late childhood room. The 7 to 12 age group centers around peer groups and talking through feelings. This age is very fraught with emotional changes, and early discussion of these issues should be encouraged. Social emotional changes are the key issue facing children in this age group. Learning to openly discuss their feelings with their peers is essential to healthy development. This age group is also very high energy. Team games and physical activities such as walking or hiking tours and a return to the room for snacks and processing what they learned is a great activity. This activity promotes physical and cognitive development. Board games and other activities help children deal with their emotions. Board games as well as peer group guides, feelings charts, and outdoor gear as well as snacks are essential to this group. The sports equipment can be purchased at Target as many types of board games. Feeling charts and peer group guides can be readily had for little or no cost. That brings me to the last room, the adolescent room. The age group of 13 to 18 includes new issues that have not affected younger groups. This first activity is a feelings peer group. Much like the one for the previous age group, this one also includes things like sex education, drug education, and peer pressure. Psychosocial and cognitive theory are represented and developed here. The second activity for this room is team sports and other physical events. It is important for children in this age group to feel a part of with their peers. Bike riding, snowboarding, and other physical events will also develop cognitive and social emotional behaviors. Fundraising will be needed for this activity, which can also be structured and carried out by the children. Sports equipment and other activity items, as well as fundraising items. Most of the items needed for these activities can be obtained for little or no cost. The feelings chart, sex, and drug education materials, and some good fundraising ideas can also be found on the web. In conclusion, I believe that these activities and these items provided by our city will help ensure our youth a happier and more healthy, well-rounded future. As their parents, mentors, guardians, teachers, and guides in life, we will not only be helping them mature and grow, but we will also be ensuring our own future through their well-being. Thank you for considering my proposal. And again, I encourage you to consider our duty to not only our future citizens and young adults, but we owe it to ourselves as members of this society to do everything we can to ensure a safe and healthy environment for everyone.